Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns, and today I thought we would do something kind of different. So Elm Colors posted a video, I don't know, it's been a couple of weeks at least, and she did kind of the freak out tag, like a mid-year roundup kind of tag that I think she got from a Picture Perfect. Now, I am just going from Erica's. I encourage you to check out her channel. She is awesome. And it has some questions talking about, what are your favorite books? Where are you at with your goals? Etc., etc. So I thought it might be kind of fun to catch up. So the first question is, how many pages have you colored so far? So I added it all up, and I want to give a shout out to Amanda Colors also. I bought this planner, and I will be honest, I don't use it as much as many colorists out there do. I know some people that are great about coloring all the pictures and filling in all the things. I am terrible. like look. Lots of open pages. I do make some scribbles in it from time to time, but I have written down the books that I've colored in. Each month I do keep track of some stats, and it did make it quite a bit easier to do this. So I just want to give a shout out to her. I'm not sure if she's doing it every year or if it was just this year, but you can get this on Amazon. I think it was pretty reasonable, like under 10 bucks. But, if you want to get one, and who doesn't like supporting our fellow colorists? So, the first question was, how many pages have you colored so far? So far to date, including June, and I'm not quite done with June, but I have colored 53 pages. How many books have I worked in? I've worked in 31 different books. So it says, what book have you currently colored in the most? Now, if you're talking about just this year, it may be the Nooner Therapy, because I absolutely adore this book. I love the size of it. This is my sit on the couch book for the most part. In fact, I don't even think I have a single color along, but as you can see by all the little tabbies, I have colored quite a few in this book. I enjoy it very much. If it's in general the book that I've colored the most in, it would be Mina Risa Dirge Africa, which I'm doing as a project book on the channel. And so every page that I've colored in this book is a color along on the channel. This is the last two that I just completed. In fact, this page, I think the color along comes out either the day before or the day after this video. So you might be getting a sneaky peeky. We'll see. But anyway, those are the two books I've probably colored in the most. Now, last year I completed the Disney, the Thomas Kincaid Disney book, which was, I don't know, over 100 pages, so that was crazy. That is definitely the book I've worked in the most. But I'm assuming that they're talking about in the last 6 months. So that would probably be Nooner's. Okay, so the next question is, what are your favorite pages that you've colored? And that's why I have quite a few out. So one of them is in this book, the Mina Risa. Okay, sorry, I had to go off camera because I couldn't find it. But it's this page. I really like how this page turned out. Now, I'm not 100% thrilled. I used like the shiny black jelly roll, right? And I don't know that I would do that again, but I really like how this page turned out overall. It is a full color along, and it's even segmented out if you only want to see how I did the sky. But I really like how the sky turned out, and I think it really is why I like that page so much. Now I use the same colors on this page, and it turned out pretty cute too, if I do say so myself. All right, so that was one of them. This one should be easier. Oh, look at that. First thing. So this is fur balls, or boule de pois, or something like that. I know all of my friends that speak French are now laughing at me. I really like how this page turned out. Now, I used my Pablo colored pencils for this, and this was a buddy color that I did, but there's just something about this page that I really like. I do like fun skies. So, and this is a fun book to work in too. It's the same author as the Nooner Therapy, but the bears. Let me see, there was one in the bear book that I really liked as well. I like this one. It was a summer one though. So this one, I like how this page turned out very much. I just like how the rays turned out, and I like that I put a little swimsuit on him because I thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, so that's Nooner Therapy by Diane DeFore. And the last page was in the Eerie. This is the second tale, so the second book. This was my first page, and I used Staedtler brush pens and what's the other one? Staedtler, and I may have used it's the competitor one, the Pitt pens. Staedtler or Faber-Castell Pitt pens. So I used both. I combined all of mine into one binder. And then I used some Prismacolor as well. And I really like how this turned out. I did add in all of this background. So this background wasn't here. All of this greenery and the brown here. I don't know. I felt like it needed a little something there. It felt empty to me. But I do like how this turned out very much. And it was fun using those pens as something different. And what I really love about them is, look, no bleed through at all, which is really nice, right? Because we can't get that effect with our alcohol markers. Okay, so those are the ones that, I have one others. Because, how do you pick one favorite? You have to pick 5. Okay, I really like how this page turned out. This was done with Avazar London pencils, which I really enjoyed those pencils, and I know they're very hard to get. I think you can still get them in the UK, but you can't in the United States, which is a real bummer because they were reasonable, they came in a case, and I really enjoyed working with them. And I love the bright vibrancy of this page. Okay, what book is this, you ask? Thank you for asking. Emily Lyda Oberg, Fairy Tales. Now, she's the one that has Fairy Tales and Folklore. That is the reprint of Sagar Oxagnor. Okay, now all of my Swedish and Norwegian friends are laughing at me. But anyway, so there's that. Okay, so what does that leave us? Oh yeah, that leaves us with what pages do you not like? So I had 2 that I really wasn't thrilled with. The first one is in Grumpy Friends by Lisa Lively. She is a therapist, and this book was designed for her patients, and they all have things like take a warm bath, make sure to take your meds, things to help build like a happier disposition. This book absolutely slaves me, and if you want to giggle, watch the flip through that's on my channel of this book, because I got the giggles, like legit giggles. And sometimes when you listen to other people giggle, it makes you giggle. So if you ever need a chuckle, I'm here for you. Me and my grumpy friends. And if you're new to the channel and I've ever signed off with "stay grumpy, my friends," this is where it comes from, because I just thought it was hilarious. Because the cute little pouty faces on these animals, chef's kiss. But I didn't really like how this turned out, and I think it's because of the shower curtain. Because if you take off the shower curtain, I like it. I like the bathroom tiles. The bubbles are meh. You know, they're not my favorite, but I can live with them. It's just not my favorite color choices, maybe. But I had a little bit of a play with some alcohol markers when I first got my Ohuhus, and I like it very much. I recently did this page because look at their faces. I on my Facebook group, the challenge was for June to color a bug. Get it? June bugs. And this was the page I colored for that. So if you're interested, Shameless Pug for the Facebook group, it's a lovely, delightful page with lots of cool people. It's very supportive. It isn't 10,000 people, so you can feel safe and secure in it. The one thing I will tell you is please answer the questions when you request to join. It's called Jazzydoodledesigns Coloring Community. A link in the description box below. When you click on it, please make sure to answer the questions and agree to be nice, because if you don't, you will be denied. It's an automatic thing. It helps me keep spam out of the group and randos that don't care anything about coloring, that just want to check out chicks and such. It helps me keep them out of the group. So that's why I do it. But it's something that is an automatic thing. All right, I blathered on enough about that. My other page that I wasn't thrilled with was this one. This was a buddy color that I did, and I used Color Soft pencils. And it's interesting looking at it with fresh eyes. It's not a bad page. There is just something, I feel like these flowers compete with these flowers. And so it just kind of, it's just one of those pages where you kind of feel like it's off, but it's hard to really put your finger on what the problem is. Can I live with it? Absolutely. Is there stuff I could do? Could I maybe deepen the shadows here? I could maybe pull in a little bit of this pink like I did down here in this thing. See how it's got the orange and the pink? I could bring that pink up into there. That might make it a little more cohesive. I don't know. I'm okay with the way it is, but it's not on my favorite list at all. And that was in Seasons by Hannah Carlson. All right. Next up, what colored pencil or marker set have you colored with the most? I really don't know, because on my own, I try very hard to use a lot of different mediums and a lot of different pencils so that I can be versed in telling you guys things and sharing my experiences. But I would probably say, I'm just putting this here so you have something to look at. I would probably say Holbein pencils, Prismas, and Polychromos are the ones. Polychromos I've used quite a bit when I do color alongs, because Prismas and Polychromos are the two main ones that everybody has. And it's hard as a channel because I've thought about doing color alongs with other sets, and while it appeals to some, I do try and appeal more to the masses when I'm doing color alongs. But I usually give you guys choices. Oftentimes I run polls to see what you want to see, and it almost always is Polychromos or Prisma. All right, what's next? Are you on track, or have you completed any of your coloring goals? I honestly didn't really set any real specific goals. I average probably 7 to 9 pages a month. And then on other months I'll have like 13 or something. It kind of depends if I'm doing pages like these where they're small and they're easy to complete. I may just kind of flip through the colored pages that I've done just to give you something to look at while I chat. I guess it's just the backside of it. But you see, like I did a lot of Holbein work in this book, but this one's done with Loomies. And because I've done spent a lot more time with my mom this year, I didn't set hard and fast goals, which I'm fine with. I think it's important that you challenge yourself, but I'm not gonna take my hobby and be like, you must do 10 pages a month, period. And in fact, I looked back because I was like, did I even make any goals? I didn't do a video making goals. My mom was in the hospital at the very beginning of January. That could have been part of it, but I don't know. I'm okay with just how things are going and taking it as it goes, right? So yes, I'm on track. What are your new favorite coloring techniques you've tried this year? So I showed you the Erie page. So that was one where, no, that's not even Erie. I used the stapler pins. And so that was a new technique to me. I've used these pens in the past for like art journals, but I had never really done adult coloring with them. So I like the way that you can do like these little flicks. I like that you can color the entire thing, or you can use it as a base and then go over it with colored pencil, because colored pencil goes over it beautifully. I like that they're small so you can get into tight spaces. Now, this is something where this is a little looser coloring style, so you can see pen marks and things like that. If I'm coloring like the sky, here you can see some texture in the sky. I wouldn't want like hard and fast streaks like you would here, like in the grass. So like anything, I feel like it's a tool that you can use. Sometimes I try and challenge myself to use them over an entire page, because then you really find out what's it good for. Oh, well, that didn't work very well, so maybe it would be better served for something else. I do like how you can get some dimension with it. If I look at this page from farther back, it looks really good, right? But if I zoom in as far as I can, and you take a look down here, and you see these pencil marks, or pen marks, maybe you think that looks terrible, right? So it's one of those things where you have to decide for yourself what's acceptable or not. I often do pages where I leave it looking like colored pencil. Other times I blend it all out. So it really depends on the look you're going for. But that is a technique that I tried. I also tried pointillism. I don't know. This year's been a little bit different for me in that I haven't. I've just done a lot more what you might call straight coloring, and less like of the challenges. I really like this page too. This was also a challenge on my Facebook group. Both of these were like, excuse me, like group buddy color type of things. I used Holbein's here and ChromaFlow here. Let's see, what else? Are there any coloring books you'd like to complete by the end of the year? You know, I don't think so. This one is one that I am looking to complete because I just adore it so much, but I don't think it's realistic that it's going to happen this year. The same with the Africa book. It will be done to completion. Will it be done to completion this year? No. But I will kind of flip through it as I continue to talk. What untouched books do you want to color in most by the end of the year? Untouched. I'd like to do one in the flower year. That's an untouched book. Neko. I have colored, I think, one page in that, and I would like to color more in that. Fantasia, while not untouched, only has 2 pages done. There's a couple of books that I'm getting later this year that I want to work in, and we'll talk about that in a second. What are your most anticipated releases for the second half of the year? So in July, Maria Trolle comes out with Fairy Tale Worlds, and my group was wanting to work in Botanicum, and I don't have that book, and I was debating on buying it, and I saw that she had the Fairy Tales book coming out. I think it's July 8th or 9th. And so I watched a flip through. Apologies for the yawning. I watched a flip through, and I just thought there are some really, really cute books or pages in there. Hers is not a style that I lean towards, and so I wasn't sure, but when I looked at the flip through for that page, I really, really liked it. And so that is one. And then the other one is Hannah Carlson's Christmas book. Now that one comes out in August. And as a group, I am going to be putting together a collaboration. So if you're interested in that, I would encourage you to look me up on Instagram or join the Facebook group, because that's where a lot of the information is going to be ongoing. I will make an announcement on the YouTube channel. It will be open to anyone, regardless of whether or not you're on those 2 platforms. But I will say it's easier to keep up with people if they pick one of those 2 places to kind of connect with me. But when I get the book, I'm going to number all the pages, and then we are going to do, each person will get to, that wants to participate, will get a color a page. If there are 2-page spreads, then the same person will color both. And then once I get it, put it all together, I'll do a video, and then I will send it to Hannah Carlson, hopefully as a Christmas gift. So I thought that that would be kind of fun. So I am anticipating that one. And then let's see. The other one was, what are your coloring goals for the rest of the year? Now, there's a few things that I want to do. I've been playing around with acrylic markers, so might do a little bit of a deeper dive into acrylic markers, how to use them, tips and tricks type of thing. And then I'm going to be continuing to work in the Africa book. I would like to try and do, my goal is to do 1 page a month at least. I would really like to bump that up to 2 pages if possible for the remaining part of the year. Keep coloring in Nooner Therapy. What else am I doing? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Probably something I'd like to do a little bit more of. I haven't pulled out my ink tints in a while, so I think I would like to pull out my ink tints. So let me know in the comments, what you'd like to see more of, or maybe stuff I haven't done, or whatever. So, and the last thing, I want to get better at posting at Instagram, because I tend to forget to post things to Instagram. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been a fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I want you to be a part of the channel. So let me know. I really mean it when I say let me know in the comments what you want more of, what you like, what you don't like. I often hear that people like the bloopers, and trust me, there's always going to be the bloopers because, well, it's me. But anyway, I've blathered on enough, so stay grumpy, my friends. Thank you for watching another video from Jazzydoodledesigns. If you'd like even more Jazzy Doodle and a little more snark, please check out the membership below. If you're looking for a community where you can share your work and chat with other fellow colorists in a safe and welcoming environment, hit the subscribe button to Jazzydoodledesigns, and then look for Jazzydoodledesigns Coloring Community on Facebook. And there you can join a group of fellow colorists to talk all things coloring and share cute pet pictures. I hope to see you there, and until next time, happy coloring.